Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl in your face while you're sleeping. It's time to come to terms with your 12-year-old self. You don't have any superpowers. And man, it sucks. I'm sure many of us didn't think adulting would be this boring. But fortunately, we're living in the 21st century, where with a little creativity and a few dollars to spare, you can get yourself the niftiest superhero powers around. And who knows, maybe you'll be the next Iron Man, or Wolverine. Today, we'll be fulfilling your childhood dreams by unveiling 12 of the coolest superhero powers that you can have right now. And before we get started, Avengers Assemble! Your first mission is to smash that like button, and yes, subscribe to the channel too. It truly does help with the YouTube algorithm and allows us to make more awesome content like this for your viewing pleasure. Number 12. SuperSpeed. Created by the iconic company DARPA Lab, this is a lightweight jetpack that keeps the user earthbound but helps them run faster and longer without tiring. Initial tests have resulted in dramatically quicker lab times for soldiers, the extra speed that could prove critical for battlefield situations. Future editions of the kit will up the pace further. Number 11. XRay Vision. This is another innovation that could lead to privacy concerns, but full of exciting possibilities. A US startup has produced augmented reality glasses that allow motorists to see through car doors and/or remove layers of vision. MIT has developed a system that uses Wi-Fi signals to build up images of objects behind walls, while Dutch researchers are using light waves to see inside the body. Which means that in a couple of years, you could be like Superman seeing through a wall for a... well, I have no idea what we'd be using superpowers for exactly. Number 10. Super Strength. They might not allow you to hurl a car or crush buildings with your fist, but a new range of exoskeletons will give your muscles more potency. Carbon fiber designs from Lockheed Martin or Daewoo can lift over 20 kilos without straining the wearer, and remain light enough to climb a ladder in. The next generation of skeletons will carry 5 times the weight, and if you want to avoid a full suit, bionic limbs such as the Titan arm also pack a punch. Number 9. Breathing underwater. A few grains of crystal could be all we need to stay underwater for days. The discovery of a new mineral with astonishing powers to absorb oxygen from the water and retain it over long periods could have profound implications for divers in undersea exploration. Another approach would see us achieve the same effect through a suit that feeds oxygenated liquid to its wearer. Either way, the oceans could become a lot busier. Number 8. Shooting fireballs. Enter the Pyro Mini Fire Shooter. This nifty gadget right here gives you the power to unleash fireballs from your hand, just like some of your favorite Dragon Ball Z characters. The fireball's release can travel up to 10 feet horizontally before the flame disappears. So, how does it work? Well, the device is equipped with flash paper and cotton that is inserted into the shooter's tow barrels. Once you click the shooter's button, the highly flammable paper and cotton are ignited, and bright yellow flames burst forth from the shooter. Once you understand how the Pyro Mini's shooter mechanism works, all you have to do now is hide it under your sleeve and prepare to wow your audience with amazing fireball powers. Number 7. Climbing walls. Wouldn't it be awesome to climb walls like the Amazing Spider-Man? If that's how you feel, then we bet you'd love to get your hands on these neat gecko gloves. They were designed in 2014 by an engineering student at the University of Stanford in California. So, how do they work? Well, they enable a person to spread their weight evenly across a flat surface, which is critical for climbing a wall. To do this, the gecko glove is equipped with 24 adhesive tiles located on either pad, each of which is equipped with tiny sawtooth-shaped nanofibers that do the actual sticking, but unstick themselves once pulled away from the wall. But the real magic that makes the gecko glove so effective lies in the depressive springs that are on the back of each tile, which work to equalize the pressure on either glove. Once you get these gloves, you'll be scaling buildings like New York City's most famous wall crawler. Just don't risk it with any high-rise buildings, okay? Number 6. Invisibility. When life hits you hard, don't you sometimes wish you could just disappear? Well, Turns out that you actually can. You just have to work for the Canadian or United States military. And there's always a catch. So, Hyperstealth is a well-established Canadian camouflage design company that has provided unique patterns for more than 2 million military units, 3,000 armored vehicles, and dozens of fighter jets around the world. One of their most notable achievements, however, is the development of a quantum stealth material, which gives someone a cloak of invisibility by blending light waves around the target. The material cloaks you against visual, thermal, and infrared sensors. Mind you, it is quite lightweight and inexpensive, but for security purposes, both militaries have remained secretive on how the material accomplishes this bending of light. One thing's for sure though, it doesn't even the playing field for the enemy. Plus, it also brings back a ton of childhood memories. Remember growing up and reading Harry Potter novels? We all wish we had Harry's invisibility cloak so that we could walk on the street and see the world around us without even a care in the world. Number 5. Flight. Growing up, I'm sure most of us wished we had a glider like that of Green Goblin. Spider-Man was cool and everything, but nothing beats gliding in the air with an awesome Halloween-like mask on your face. Okay, maybe the Goblin's mask was a tad over the top, but his glider was epic. Well, it looks like technology finally caught up with our nerdy comic book dreams. You can now take to the skies with the Flyboard Air that is powered by turbine engines that run on either Jet B fuel or kerosene. The engines are located inside the backpack that is strapped to the rider's back, and they provide enough power to carry a person that weighs as much as 220 pounds. Initially, the first Flyboard Airs had an issue of stabilization, but engineers remedied this by coming up with a special algorithm to enhance stability. Each engine can now be manipulated individually to change the angle of thrust when the glider is veering too much to one side. The Flyboard also has an extra engine as a failsafe in case one of the engine fails mid-flight. In the case where 2 engines fail, the Flyboard automatically makes a controlled descent. Number 4. Iron Man suit. If the NK-01 exoskeleton had Tony Stark's arc reactor, then it would be the perfect Iron Man suit. Yes, this exoskeleton suit looks like something out of a Marvel movie, and there's good reason why. The prototype pays homage to this Iron Man suit worn by Robert Downey Jr., down to the very last bolt. It was put together by a team of Chinese engineers who were die-hard fans of the comics as well as the movies. Created by the Chinese tech company FutureWise, the invention aims at revolutionizing the exoskeleton industry as we know it. While growing up, the team had a passion for robotics, exoskeleton suits, and robotics derived from watching cartoons such as Transformers and Iron Man. And while there may be a number of prototype suits currently in production, FutureWise aims to be the first company that commercially produces them. But even if they do successfully commercialize them, don't get any Caped Crusader vigilante ideas. The company has made it clear that the suits will strictly be used for entertainment purposes. Number 3. Wolverine Claws. There have been plenty of Wolverine Claw replicas in the past, and while many of them retract and deploy on the push of a button, none beats MioWare's innovative claws that react by flexing your forearms. Now, you can truly be the Wolverine you've dreamed about. Once you fit these MioWare bionics onto your arms, simply clench your fists and the 4-inch claws will retract in the blink of an eye. Unfortunately, they're not made of adamantium, but they are the closest thing to Wolverine's claws in the market right now. And the best part of it all? MioWare has made their hardware technology open source, meaning you can follow their simple step-by-step instructions to make your very own claws at home. So, now we've come to the best pick of the day. Wouldn't it be so cool to have teeth so strong that you could bite through steel? Well, one thing's for sure, your grueling days at the dentist's office will be long gone. Number 2. Magnetic Shoes. Magneto is one of the most powerful villains in the Marvel Universe, and so it's only fitting that there are gadgets out there inspired by his amazing powers. One of these gadgets is the Magneto Magnetic Shoes. The inventor Colin Furze developed these magnetic shoes to be strong enough to let users walk upside down on metallic drainage pipes. So they don't give you powers like Magneto, who can manipulate electromagnetic fields with ease to move metallic objects. But hey, they come pretty close, right? As you can see from this clip, Furze is showing off his self-made magnetic shoes walking upside down on the drainage pipes in his basement. Okay, he's not controlling the shoes with his mind like Magneto does, but he certainly makes the most of sticking to it. In fact, the shoes have a useful application in the plumbing industry, as they can be used to navigate through tough-to-reach spaces for effective drainage repair. Number 1. Submarine Car. It's not a superpower, but it's still pretty cool. In the classic James Bond movie, The Spy Who Loved Me, we were all blown away by the car that suddenly transformed into a submarine, and since then, engineers have been working round the clock to recreate such a car, but to no avail. That is, until the Aqua car came into production. It's one of the first amphibious cars that can hit a maximum speed of 100 miles per hour on land and 30 miles an hour underwater. So, how did this seamless change of balance and speed come to fruition? Well, researchers behind this vehicle focused on enhancing the car's handling and performance both on land and on water, making it the pioneer of HSA technology. The Aquata even has enough horsepower to tow a water skier. Once you get behind the wheel of this amphibious masterpiece, you'll notice that it's nothing like driving a regular old Prius. On land, the driving capabilities are modified to perform like a sports car, and once you transition to the water, the car is modified to perform in accordance to a Sea-Doo watercraft. With this nifty machine right here, you can finally have the girls wooing over you as, well, Bond. James Bond. The spy they all loved. And with that being said, we've come to the end of this video. So, which one of these superpowered inventions would you like to have now? Let us know in the comments section down below. Hope you loved the video, and don't forget to leave a like and smash that notification bell to get more enriching content.